That's more than 500 times the number of stars in the Milky Way. Fish end up eating these microplastics, and we end up eating the fish. Pollution from these plastics and toxins, overfishing, and warming waters are wreaking havoc on marine environments. It's estimated at least 40% have already been severely altered. And for the islands, often called the living laboratory of evolution, the stakes have never been higher. How do you change the minds of people when we've all gotten so used to this disposable lifestyle?
They need to see this. I think that's important that everybody actually understand that the most pristine places in this planet are like this, full of plastic.
You have a single planet. There's no planet B, okay? And you have places in the many different countries that are unique, that are fantastic, places that are so beautiful and so important that they go beyond the political boundaries. And Galapagos is one of them. Politically, yes, Galapagos belongs to Ecuador. Emotionally and in terms of heritage, it belongs to the world.
But it's not only these exquisite remote parts of the world that are under threat. To see the beginnings of what some scientists are calling the sixth mass extinction, we just have to look at our own backyard. The United Kingdom, where I now live, is one of the most nature-depleted countries in the world, with 1 in 7 species facing extinction and more than half in decline. Home of the Industrial Revolution, the UK has spent the last 200 years or so altering its landscape, building cities, draining wetlands, and turning forests into farmland. Isabella Tree and her husband Charles Burrell inherited the Nep estate from his family. They had been farming on its 3,500 acres for generations. But she says despite working at it for nearly 2 decades, it was a place where people were fearful of crime, fearful of being... These guys on the earth. So if we're going to cause an extinction of 1 million of them, that is a really significant impact.
But I always feel like all...
To the heart of the story, ABC News, straightforward. Tuesday, jumpstart your morning with Chase Rice.
Salakia.
That would be a possibility, but we have another few seasons like this, over the next few summers. Heaven help the populations there.
Named after the human who rescued
Salakia.
extraordinarily diverse wildlife, the kangaroo.
To be able to give them a little spotlight.
Salakia. Bear with me, brother.
Daily news podcast from ABC News. Listen free on Apple. It's that easy to...
That's why we're here.
Now,
Salakia.
Who butters your popcorn? That's just a thing that we created really is. And we think this is going to be remembered long after we're gone. Hundreds of years from now, people will look back.
guys do called This Government Sucks.
Oh my God!
Alarming. While extinction is nothing new, it's provided to people. Published in a peer-reviewed science planet, we've just had biodiversity losses now within the next few days during an unprecedented
Wild animals closer.
In some places, by as much humans, we feel
For all you do.
And with every challenge, question, concern, we'll be here for you every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Because we will get through this together.
Salakia.
Tuesday, jumpstart your morning with Chase Rice.
I'm just trying to find this video skit, and they're going into how first I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem called Kadash. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. A peace of salutations to the Akim that's pushing this word throughout the 4 corners of the planet. Shalom to the elect. So this is just going to be a short lesson. I just trying to go into ABC News just did a special on a planet in crisis, the sixth mass extinction. Okay, and it's going into how like the humans are basically populating the earth and destroying the earth from climate change and all that. But the people that they talking about, if you pick out the bones, okay, they're talking about themselves, okay, they're talking about Esau, Edom, all right. Esau, Edom is the cancer of the earth, all right, but they're going to ultimately use, okay, this is the reason they're going to use to wipe out, okay, 5 billion of you Israelites, you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, they're going to use, okay, the reason of that the planet is in crisis, all right, and they have to, okay, depopulate, all right, okay, kill many to save a few, if you will, all right. So I'm gonna get into it, and we're gonna get it. Oh man. Fucking double, man. Salaki.
The sixth mass extinction may have already started, but there is still time to slow it down and to make sure that humans are not
been making in this nation since the day we arrived. That we are human. That our lives matter. Oh, black!
Salaki.
Don't blame the media. Can I ask you? I don't want
Emily Radikowski.
That's my eyebrow game with this,
More spillovers of virus.
4/7 streaming news source from ABC News. Breaking news, live events, streaming nonstop. Original breakthrough storytelling. Geographic, ESPN, and it's all designed differently for you to stream straight to any screen. Straight to the heart of the story. ABC News, straightforward.
Thank you. We will get through this.
Time for ABC News Live. As humans, we feel the impact of this pandemic shutting down city after city. Its deafening silence growing louder with each shuttered airport, museum, bustling tourist destination that's now left empty. But the planet feels something different. Without people flying and driving, pollution levels across Europe are dropping. In some places by as much as half in just the first week they went on lockdown. Satellite images over China earlier this year show a dramatic change in air quality after that country came to a standstill. It's a glimpse into a planet without humans, without deforestation, mining, drilling, traffic, travel. Scientists say our actions are one of the biggest threats to the planet and its other animals and plants, some even connecting them to the threat of pandemics.
We bring wild animals closer to us when we disrupt ecosystems, and with them come viruses, because all of the wild animals in all the jungles and swamps in the world carry their own viruses. And those viruses, some of them are potentially very dangerous to us.
Even before % of its ice melting in just days during an unprecedented heat wave. In our oceans, roughly half the world's coral reefs have been lost in the last 30 years. Our rainforests, which once grew over 14% of the land on Earth, now cover only 6%. And with this loss of land, another dramatic toll. A global phenomenon. Up to 1 million species of plants and animals are at risk of extinction. A staggering 40% of insects under threat. And scientists believe it could all happen within the next few decades.
I think it was the understanding that the extinction rates that are ongoing right now are so much higher than we thought they were. That's phenomenal. So put that in context, there's only 8 million known species on the Earth. So if we're going to cause extinction of 1 million of them, that is a really significant impact on the plant and animal life on the planet.
It's a threat so serious, biodiversity loss is now considered one of the biggest existential threats to the human race, next to climate change and nuclear weapons.
Humans are causing this, and it really is catastrophic. We're just now beginning to see how catastrophic. Since the 1500s, when humans really started launching their assault on the planet, we've just had around 300 extinctions, but the number of species
talking about
that
Esau.
are threatened with extinction
All right, Esau,
has exploded.
okay, Esau is causing this, all right? Okay? This is the work of Esau, Edom, the harbinger of death.
As are billions of populations. That government study, published in a peer-reviewed science journal, doesn't mince words. They call it a biological annihilation that represents a frightening assault on the foundations of human civilization.
The way species come together to form habitats and ecosystems, and how they build on each other, and the kinds of services those ecosystems provide to people, we're becoming more and more aware how much humans depend on these ecosystems and their functioning. And as we unravel the web of life, take one species after another away, we're actually eating away at the basic functions that support human life on Earth. And that's really alarming.
While extinction is nothing new, scientists say the rate at which species are dying off is unprecedented. Recent estimates put the current extinction rate at more than 1,000 times higher than normal, leading many scientists to say we are at the beginning of the 6th mass extinction.
When you get rates of extinction that high, you begin to get into a mass extinction. It's really significant, and we haven't seen this in the history of keeping records.
In the last 500 million years, there have been 5 of these catastrophic extinction events, when the majority of the species on Earth disappeared in the blink of a geological eye. Those extinctions were usually due to catastrophic global events or widespread environmental changes. But today, this so-called 6th mass extinction is not being caused by some asteroid. Most scientists say it's us. From the clothes we wear to the cars we drive, the trees we cut down to the fossil fuels we've used, the food we consume to the houses we build, the vacations we take to the face scrubs we buy. On a day-to-day basis, many leading scientists say humans are the single most dangerous threat to this biodiversity crisis.
It's just a big call to Earth.
Yeah, it's really Esau that's the threat. All right, that's what they not saying. All right, they trying to lump everybody into one pot, if you will. All right, the real threat and the real cancer, Salakia, is Esau. All right.
As the worst pandemic the world has seen in a century rips around the globe, scientists say the blame lays in part with us.
It's part of a pattern that reflects things that we are doing.
In 2012, David Quammen wrote about the likelihood of a novel coronavirus starting in an animal and spreading around the world in his book Spillover, Animal Infections and the Next Human Pandemic. He says
And
things like,
you can see how they trying to correlate the destruction of the planet with humans, all right? So they're basically saying that, all right, humans is the reason why Earth is in the crisis that it's in, all right? And they're going to have to, okay, come up with a plan, okay, to eliminate the humans, all right, which, okay, what they are talking about are you Israelites, because the Lord said that us Israelites are as the sand of the sea, man. All right, we populate the earth, okay, because what the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. So we populate the earth more than these devils, but these devils are the ones destroying the earth, all right, and they're going to use that as a reason, okay, to destroy Jake, all right. They're going to use that as a reason to wipe out Israel, man, all right.
scale right before our eyes. Before this pandemic, we have been tracking the effects of biodiversity loss across the globe.
Oh my god! Apocalyptic, this is in the middle of the day.
Holy Just this past winter, we watched as parts of Australia ignited, sparking months of raging wildfires. The wind and heat and flames are really starting to pick up. You can hear everything burning behind you, that smoke coming off, stinging the eyes. The heat radiating off this flames is so intense right now. Everything along this highway is just going up in flames. More than 30 million acres left charred. Australia is home to some of the oldest geological features in the world and to some of the most unique and extraordinarily diverse wildlife. The kangaroo, the wombat, the wallaby, and the koala bear. Or at least it has been.
It's scary when you think of how many are lost, and there's still so much you can learn from them.
Oh, we have lost thousands. Thousands of koalas, thousands of so many other species. It's just criminal. This is the worst event this country's ever seen, without a doubt.
And who's the criminal? Esau.
Horrific.
Eat him.
Shane Flanagan's the director at the Koala Hospital in New South Wales.
You see here, there's burns there, but they've all healed. But that was all red raw, and it's all growing back nicely now.
She and her team have been on the front lines of those historic wildfires in Australia. She says she's seen how record-breaking temperatures and months of severe drought, fueled in part by climate change, have ripped through Australia's delicate ecosystem. Her hospital has taken in dozens of koalas that have been burned or lost their habitat, like Paul.
He's a very shy little koala.
Paul went viral after being saved back in November at a nature reserve. He was named after the human who rescued him.
Hi, Paul.
See how he's lost here?
Yeah.
And all the fur's all growing back.
Paul is one of the lucky ones. Shane says even if they can get to animals in time, often their burns are just too severe.
Do you think it's a warning call for Americans?
Yes.
Yeah, how so?
Yes. Oh, we've got to change the way we live. You know, we've got to stop being such big consumers. Mother Earth's very, very angry with all of us, and this is what's happening.
Now, she says she fears some species, like the koala, may never recover.
Up until when these fires happened, never thought that would be a possibility. But if we have another few seasons like this, you know, over the next few summers, heaven help the populations out there. And I say shame, Australia, shame. Not on our watch though, eh, Amanda?
Australia was a fiery wake-up call on climate change. The problem there only made worse by issues with land management and arson. Images of what's believed to be the world's oldest continent burning went viral. But scientists say climate change isn't the only threat to biodiversity.
There are a number of things that cause this, including habitat destruction, pollution, over-harvesting. And so that, along with the growing threat of climate change, means that more and more species are threatened with extinction now than ever before in the history of humans.
As the human population swells to an estimated 11 billion by the end of the century, more and more people are competing for more and more of Earth's precious and dwindling resources. Often caught in the crosshairs, unique ecosystems and their one-of-a-kind wildlife.
And this is why they're going to use this as the catapult the extinction of you Israelites, man. All right, you see, they setting up they're putting all the pieces together, and they're gonna. This is how they're going to justify killing 500. Okay, no, Salakia, 5 billion people, man.
Fight for survival themselves, challenged by their own popularity. 21st century threats like bucket list tourism and plastic pollution are threatening their very existence. Before this outbreak, the number of visitors exploding from just 5,050 years ago to more than 250,000 tourists visiting the islands just last year. Many here to see those same...
but who's all there? All you see is pretty much Edomites, man. Okay? All you see is Edomites, man.
Tourism is a double-edged sword.
Dirty-ass Edomites.
It can be good and it can be bad. So let's make sure that we manage tourism the best possible way, and we use tourism as a conservation tool. The Galapagos is conserved more than 95% of its biodiversity. And the reason for that is partially or mostly because of the tourism we have here. Tourists become a public constituency that defends the conservation of Galapagos.
The conservation efforts are strong here. 97% of the islands are off limits to the public.
Please
Never go outside of the trail.
Visits are hyper-organized, and while in the park, tourists must be with the professional guide the entire time.
Can we bring it home?
No, we cannot bring anything from here. Those are Galapagos National Park rules.
Despite these extraordinary efforts, even a place called the Cradle of Biodiversity cannot escape the biodiversity crisis.
When you come to experience the vast beauty of the Galapagos, you probably don't stop to think about the enormous amount of trash that tourists and locals alike create.
Boating around the Galapagos with Juan Pablo, a marine scientist at the Galapagos Science Center, we see the land that these unique animals need to survive now covered in plastics.
Every single thing that floats eventually have the potentiality to arrive here. In the past was wood, now it's plastic.
So where does all this plastic, all this trash come from?
I mean, it comes from everywhere, from the States, it can come from Europe, it can come from Japan, it comes from everywhere.
On land, the amount is multiplied.
Seeing it up close, you see there's so many different types of trash in here, types of plastic. You have like a hard hat,
Yeah.
gasoline containers, some type of bottling container,
Yeah.
plastic bottle, plastic bottle, plastic bottle.
Bottles, that's pretty much
Yeah.
that is gonna end up in the air or in the ocean.
And what exactly are microplastics?
I want to show you that. I want to
Yeah.
actually show you what is microplastics.
Oh, it's like, oh God, you can see it coming off in the air even.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we can make. You see this?
Yeah.
So this.
You can see the dust of blue.
Yeah. Look.
Oh my gosh, look on your hand.
And that's the real problem.
Yeah.
That's something that we don't know how to avoid, because we can easily clean this macro debris.
But how do you clean up dust?
Exactly. How you clean dust. So to do is attack this problem.
More than 51 trillion microplastic particles in the ocean. That's more than 500 times the number of stars in the Milky Way. Fish end up eating these microplastics, and we end up eating the fish. Pollution from these plastics and toxins, overfishing, and warming waters are wreaking havoc on marine environments. It's estimated at least 40% have already been severely altered. And for the islands, often called the living laboratory of evolution, the stakes have never been higher.
How do you change the minds of people when we've all gotten so used to this disposable lifestyle?
They need to see this. They need. I think that's important that that everybody actually understand that the most pristine places in this planet are like this, full of plastic.
You have a single planet. There's no planet B, okay? And you have places in the many different countries that are unique, that are fantastic, places that are so beautiful and so important that they go beyond the political boundaries. And Galapagos is one of them. Politically, yes, Galapagos belongs to Ecuador. Emotionally and in terms of heritage, it belongs to the world.
But it's not only these exquisite remote parts of the world that are under threat. To see the beginnings of what some scientists are calling the sixth mass extinction, we just have to look at our own backyard. The United Kingdom, where I now live, is one of the most nature-depleted countries in the world, with 1 in 7 species facing extinction and more than half in decline. Home of the Industrial Revolution, the UK has spent the last 200 years or so altering its landscape, building cities, draining wetlands, and turning forests into farmland. Isabella Tree and her husband Charles Burrell inherited the Nepa State from his family. They had been farming on its 3,500 acres for generations. But she says despite working at it for nearly 2 decades, they could not get the old wetlands to produce enough food to make a profit.
Finally, after about 17 years of trying and battering our heads against a brick wall with farming, we were £1.5 million in debt and realised we couldn't go on. We began to look at something that would work with the land rather than battling against it all the time. And that's really when we stumbled on rewilding.
She says the concept's quite simple. You pretty much do nothing and just let the land turn back to being wild.
The year after we had restored the land, the soil, we just walked out into a landscape that felt completely different. We were picking up common blue butterflies and grasshoppers everywhere you went. The sound of insects, it was something we hadn't even known we'd been missing as farmers. And of course, when the insects come back, so do the birds. Watching wild animals, pass our windows. And that moment of just hearing the insects, we had travelled, all over the world to look at wildlife. And we'd never once thought about what we were doing in our own backyard and that we should be teeming with wildlife where we lived.
After starting small, they went bigger, letting more and more land go wild and bringing in larger animals.
In all our imaginings of what pre-human impact Europe would have looked like, what the landscape would have looked like, we've completely forgotten about the huge herds of roaming animals that would have been here. All these animals would have been out there in the landscape, driving a very complex, shifting dynamic back. Walking 20 years, we've become one of the most significant areas in Britain for some of our rarest species. These incredibly rare species that have found us because the habitat has returned. But more than that, we've just got this extraordinary biomass of species. So if you go out into the scrub on a spring morning at dawn, the sound of the birds is so loud, your stomach is reverberating. You can feel it in your lungs.
The Napa State now offers safaris on their land, and summer bookings are already nearly sold out. Rewilding might not be the solution for everyone. After all, the world still needs farms to produce enough food for humans to survive. But Isabella says the two can work together.
Rewilding and regenerative farming will work hand in hand. If we're going to recover ecosystems on which all of biodiversity depends, including our own species, we've got to be more generous with nature. We've got to give half our landmass across the planet back to nature. And I think rewilding is how you do that.
As a planet, we still have a long way to go. The UK may have been one of the first to industrialize, but the rest of the globe soon followed. Right now, it's estimated that just 25% of the land is free from human activity, and by 2050, it's predicted that number will drop to 10%. But as Isabella writes in her book Wilding, she's discovered it doesn't have to be that way.
What we've shown here is that nature will bounce back if you let it, if you put the right drivers in place and just allow it to happen.
This pandemic has already showed us that animals will return.
Israelites.
Some animals emerging from nearby forests across the globe, taking over the streets they once shared with humans. So why should you care about the biodiversity crisis? As scientists around the world scramble to find a cure for COVID-19, many may be looking to the natural world for help. About 50% of modern drugs have been developed from natural products. And with 1 in 5 plant species under threat of extinction, the world could lose its cure for the next virus to biodiversity loss before it's even been discovered. That's why leading scientists say now is the time to act. In a United Nations Agreement on Nature, the UN Convention on Biological Diversity calls for almost a third of the world's oceans and land to be protected by 2030. An aggressive goal, they say, is our best shot at reversing biodiversity loss and ensuring the survival of humanity.
Understanding that
right, the future... and in short, that's the ensuring the survival of the humanity. In short, they're going to attempt to extinct 5 billion people off the planet. All right, the UN, okay, United Nations, New World Order. All right, okay. These devils are diabolical, man.
The sixth mass extinction may have already started, but there is still time to slow it down and to make sure that humans are not a part of it.
Put policies in place and action plans in place in 2020. We can do it together in 10 years to deliver a whole planet. It's very doable with human ingenuity. It is very doable.
And I'm going to stop right there. It said, and to make sure humans is not a part of it. All right, because the word hue, the word hue, okay, means color, man. All right, human, all right, human is a colored person. That's what that means, man. It's saying to make sure humans not a part of it, man. All right, and that's talking about you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, let's go. These devils, man. All right, you listen. You got to read between the lines with these devils. All right, so we're gonna try to punch up the Georgia Guidestones. All right, and let's see. Okay, and the Georgia Guidestones are what you call the commandments, if you will, of the New World Order of Esau, man. Okay, for all you people that never heard of the Georgia Guidestones. Here it is, man. We're going to get into it, man. Okay, I'm gonna plus. It say Georgia Guidestones, the 10 Commandments, man. All right, this is the Georgia Guidestones are the 10 Commandments of the wicked, man, of Esau, Edom, okay, of the top banking elites, okay, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergs, the DuPonts, the Gettys, all right. Okay, this is their 10 Commandments, man, and part of their 10 Commandments is getting rid of you Israelites, man. So I'm gonna play this video.
Craving Wawa now? Get it delivered.
Commuters circle around a pit bull with its teeth tightly clenched.
All right, guys, we finally made it. Danny, come here.
Here's the hole right here.
Yeah, I know, but come here. Finally, how many years have we been waiting to get to this place? Here it is, the famous Georgia Guidestones. I mean, this is fucking really spooky, really, tell you the truth. I mean, it's pretty weird. Here it is. As you can see, these are all solid granite slabs, which I was in the granite industry, and this is a bitch to set these things, I'm going to tell you right now. This cost a lot of money to cut these things and to do this. All right, guys, check this out. There's a time capsule that's built 6 feet below this spot right here. And it doesn't tell you when it's supposed to be opened or anything right here. And
they're probably going to go open it, okay, when they think they count their enterprise as success, man. All right, that's probably when they plan to open the time capsule. All right, once they get what they think they're going to get, kill 500 million people, and then everybody else is going to be chipped, man. All right, and be made perpetual slaves under these people, man. All right, so they're probably going to. The plan is once they get everything the way they want it, they're going to go to the time capsule, open it up, pop bottles, and celebrate, man. But that's not going to happen, Esau. It's not going to happen. Sorry.
Wow. So this is due north this way, due east, due west, and south. They got the Babylonian cuneiform, the Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Writing on the weird Egyptian hieroglyphics stands for "Let these guidestones be an age of reason."
Yeah.
The holes do this. They do.
Channel through stone indicates celestial pole. The horizontal slot indicates annual travel of the sun, and the sunbeam through the capstone marks noontime throughout the year.
They misspelled pseudonym.
Yeah. Oh, they did.
It's like a typo. Physical data right here.
So as much money as they paid the granite company, Georgia Granite Company did this, right? I remember some guys that worked for there. They worked on this deal. They told me it was fucked up.
Alberton Granite Museum and Exhibit, Alberton, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Wonder what's in the time capsule.
Yeah, I'd like to know. Why don't they have a date when it's supposed to be opened? You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stupid.
All right, here we go. Maintain humanity under 500 million. So, how many people we got to kill?
We got to kill a lot of people.
Exactly.
Well, Monsanto's doing a good job. Maybe Monsanto, maybe they did this. That's a good possibility. Who knows? But they want to kill plenty of people.
We just know that they kill a lot of people.
There we go.
Which I believe Monsanto's, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Monsanto's is owned by Bill Gates.
Wisely, improving fitness and diversity.
Salakia.
This. That's a good possibility. Who knows? But they want to kill plenty of people.
We just know that they kill a lot of people.
There we go. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Okay. Well, that's eugenics. So who's the head of eugenics right now, Scotty? Bill Gates?
Exactly.
Seriously. Pretty much.
There's no eugenics anymore.
Well, I mean, okay, here we go. What else we got here? Unite humanity with a living new language.
It's like Bible stuff.
There we go, the Babylon, right?
Babylon.
That's
There we go. Okay,
that's
there we
that New World Order
All right,
talk.
rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason.
Get rid of all your passion, get rid of all your faith, and get rid of all your old traditions with reason.
Well, that might be good. What do you think?
Sounds like you're a robot.
Well, I mean, but some of the old-fashioned stuff and some of
passion's important.
Well, passion we got to have, you know. So I mean, we you know.
It says to become a robot and get rid of everything that we ever were.
But I mean, some of the old traditions are pretty
Some of them are
fucking
retarded.
lame. Okay, but I mean, let's, you know, some are okay with tempered reason. Okay, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Well,
Okay,
isn't that what America was all about? I mean, weren't we supposed to be free? And, you know.
It's just telling you what to think.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll go from there. Okay, let's see. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Isn't that kind of like New World Order kind of thing?
Exactly.
Isn't that like the United Nations?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the UN right
There we
there.
go. The United Nations. There we go. Maybe they built it. Okay, let's see. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Now that I agree with. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Avoid petty laws. Fuck yeah. And the useless officials. I mean, do you know any officials that aren't useless? Let's get rid of them. There we go. All right. Balance personal rights with social duties. Okay, come on now.
Sounds like Russia communist mode. You know,
I mean,
Soviet Russia happening. Social duties.
Yes, let's get our social duties, huh? Okay.
Nazi Germany.
Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. That sounds pretty fucking...
That just sounds like it's thrown in there to sound like you're real nice or something.
Yeah,
It sounds
okay.
so stupid.
All right, well, I mean, we can believe in that.
They could just-
we can prize truth, yes, we prize truth,
They could
beauty,
just say,
love, yes.
Prize good things. Yeah, good
All right.
stuff.
Well, I like I like the next one here. Be not a cancer on the earth. Okay, I can agree with that. Let's try not to be cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Well, I don't know. How many times have we traveled across the country? I think there's plenty of nature still left, isn't there?
Lots of it, but
I mean, I think there's a lot of nature still left. So, I don't know.
nature.
What do you think? Well, there it is. Pretty bizarre. Guys, I just want to let you know one thing. Each one of these blocks right here weigh 25,000 pounds. Okay, so 25,000 pounds each, and it cost a lot of money.
Just to get an idea of how big they are.
It's a lot of money to build these things, man. So who the hell did this, and why?
Hey, guys.
Salaki, all right? So, there you have it, man. Okay, so when we just seen that first footage about a planet in crisis, all right, that directly links up with the Georgia Guidestones, okay, which directly links up with the New World Order, man. All right, it all go hands in hand. Salaki, it all go hand in hand. All right, let's see. Yeah, man, these people are gonna try it, man. All right, let's go. All right. We're gonna go here. Salakia. 2 Corinthians 2:11. All right. It says, this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, all right. We're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. All right. We know that, all right, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, all right, that this devil is making an attempt, all right, to do away with the Israelites, man. All right. Okay. We know that. All right. Because why? Let's get it. This is why. Salakia. This is why. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Yeah. Okay. The earth. Okay. We know that we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, because we know that the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, man. All right, and we know that wicked to be Esau, man. And I believe that's in let me see. Salakia. I believe it's in Malachi. Nah. Salakia, that ain't it. I think that was it. It's Salakia 1 and 4. Okay? Because we know Esau to be the wicked, man. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah have indignation forever. All right? So we know that Esau is the wicked, man, pursuant to Malachi 1 and 4 and Job 9 and 24. So with that, we know that, all right, we're not ignorant to Satan devices, man. All right, like I said, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, the Lord has allowed us to see the wickedness of Esau and to come out and proclaim it, man. All right, to make Esau bear, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, okay. Let's get it. This is Proverbs. Let's go to it. 29 and 2. This is Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right? Okay? And that's where we at, man. The earth is mourning right now, man. Why? Because the wicked is in rulership, man. Job 9 and 24. Okay? Malachi 1 and 4, man. All right? The wicked is in rulership, man. All right, so what do you have, man? You have the earth in mourning, man. The people are in mourning. The animals are in mourning, man. All right, even the air is in mourning, man. All right, here it is. Okay, during this lockdown, okay, we pretty much had during the lockdown, the earth is getting a chance to actually cleanse itself, man, from all the filth and dirtiness of Esau, man. All right? The earth is actually getting a chance to cleanse itself, man. Listen, and look how fast it's doing it, man. All right? The earth is returning back into a paradise, man. Okay, all within 3-4 weeks, man. So imagine if, okay, we put this devil, once this devil go in slavery, and we put this devil under our feet, man, the earth is going to be beautified, man. It's going to come back to his natural state, man. Okay, which is paradise. All right, you got the animals coming out. You got the air being clean. All right, the oceans is probably cleaner. Okay, all because 1 month of Esau not being able to manufacture their filth on the planet, man, and which is beautiful, man. And really, this is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah giving us a glimpse or a taste of what the kingdom is going to be like, man. Okay, when these devils aren't in rulership. Matter of fact, let me go ahead. Let's see how the trees gonna feel, man. Salaki. Yeah, these devils gotta go, man. They got to go. Salaki. 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 Let's get it, man. It says, and the people shall Salaki. Chapter 14. That's it, though. Salaki. This is Isaiah 14 and 8. It says, I'm gonna start at 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Yeah, all right. And that's what the trees are going to rejoice when Esau is put down, man. All right. That's why I said when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, man. The trees are mourning, the air is mourning, the birds, the bees, the animals, man. All right, or mourning because Esau is in rulership, man. It says the whole earth is at rest. All right, the whole earth is going to be at rest when Esau is taken out of power, man. All right, so we're seeing a glimpse of that right now, man. Okay, with this quarantine lockdown, man, we're seeing the earth being at rest, man. And what's the effects of Esau not being able to operate as business as usual, man. All right. It says the whole earth is at rest and it's quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah. Okay. The animals are rejoicing right now, man. All right. They're coming out their habitat. They're able to roam, be free. All right. Breathe clean air. All right. It says, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedar of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no fella is come up against us. Yeah, and the fella is pretty much somebody that is like a lumberjack, somebody that chopped down trees, man. Okay? So the trees and the animals are going to rejoice when Esau is put down, man. All right? And the people too, man. All right? Everybody's going to be relief, man. The planet is going to be in a rejoicing state once Esau is put down, man. Okay? Let's go here. Because they like they're saying that the earth, and I'm probably going to end here. All right. Okay, they're saying that the earth is in chaos and that the earth isn't, the earth is in danger of being destroyed. All right, that's not true. All right, and we're gonna prove it. Salaki. You can't believe nothing Esau say, man. This is Ecclesiastes 1:4. I'm going to go to it. This is Ecclesiastes 1:4. It says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. All right? Okay? The earth abideth forever. All right? So the Lord, okay, let me see. The earth Salaki. Let me see. Salaki. That was wrong. So the earth, Salaki. So let's go ahead. So the earth was made to be inhabited, all right? Okay? So the earth is not going nowhere. All right, this is Isaiah 45:18. For thus said the Lord that created the heavens, Yahweh himself that formed the earth and made it, he have established it, he created it not in vain. So the Lord didn't create the earth to be destroyed, man. All right, so these devils, they're fucking liars, man. The Lord didn't create the earth so that the earth can be destroyed, man. Or, because they come and they saying there's too many people on the planet. That's bullshit, man. It said, for thus said the Lord that created the heavens, Yahweh himself that formed the earth and made it, he hath established it, he created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord and there is none else. So Esau coming on the line talking that bullshit, talking about it's too many people on the planet. That's bullshit, man. Okay, the humans are destroying the planet. That's bullshit, man. Esau is destroying the planet, man. Okay, Esau is the cancer of the planet. All right, these people are fucking diabolical, man. All right, that's bullshit, man. The earth, the Lord just said the earth was made to be inhabited, man. Who, by who, man? Israelites, man. All right, okay, chiefly, all right. Okay, the rest of these nations are supposed to serve under us, man. All right, but the earth was made for our sake, man. All right, the earth was made to be inhabited, man. All right, that's why, okay, these devils, all right, they're playing, okay, for the mass extinction of you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, and they're using the fact that the earth is in crisis, all right. Okay, they're going to come. That's going to be their reasoning, man. All right, We have to kill we got to kill 5 billion people, okay? Okay, to save the planet, man. But really, okay, they're planning to kill 5 billion Israelites, okay, and their own people included is in there. All right? 5 billion Israelites, okay, and on top of killing them 5 billion Israelites, there are people going to be in there too, man. All right, but it's going to be majority of 5 billion Israelites, man. Okay, and then the Israelites that's left, okay, they're going to be chipped up and made slaves to the elite, man. Okay, and that's the plan. That's the New World Order plan, man. And they're pulling it all together perfectly, man. All right, but it's not going to happen, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is going to rain on you, man, with fire and brimstone, man. All right, death and destruction to Esau, man. Edom, you so-called white people. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the Akim that's pushing his word throughout the 4 corners of the planet. Shalom to the elect, okay, and death to Esau.